No matter how much you try to mess with us, it won't change a thing for you. Your money isn't something broke folks with humble roots need. I let out a breath as I finalized the decision. You're shutting down your account, huh? Go right ahead, I said, my voice dripping with sarcasm. Their smug, judgmental glares made my skin crawl as they looked us over. It was time to give those who size people up by their background a dose of their own medicine. With that in mind, I cracked a smile. My name's Tiffany, a 29-year-old office worker. Right now, I live a quiet life with my mom while holding down a job. My dad passed away from a long-term illness when I was a kid. His condition took a turn for the worse early on. Even though he was caught up in all sorts of business ventures and constantly swamped with work, he always made time for family, and I treasure the memories of goofing around with him on his days off. Mom and I were rocked by Dad's death at first. But Mom, not wanting me to feel alone, poured her heart into our time together. Luckily, when Dad got sick, he worked with his old boss to make sure we had enough money set aside to get by. Thanks to that, I could attend college, and both my parents' families were incredibly supportive. My dad's parents, who lived close by, looked after me when Mom was working or out of town. We still visit both sets of grandparents for holidays like Christmas and make memories together. I am who I am today because of the people who have had my back. To pay it forward, I went to a state university and landed a job at a big company. I thought about working at the bank my dad was supposed to take over, but I followed advice to chase a career I loved instead. I've already passed on running the bank, so there's no stress there. With a solid home life and the freedom to enjoy my hobbies, I never cared much about dating. But now, at this stage in life, a lot of my friends are married with kids. That got me thinking about settling down, and that's when a certain meeting came up. I never could have guessed this encounter would spark such a wild turn of events. "Hey, Tiffany, don't you ever think about romance?" That's how it started, a question from a coworker. We've been tight since our first days on the job. You know, I've got a friend who's having a tough time finding the right match. He's got a great education and he's good looking. You're pretty accomplished yourself, Tiffany. Maybe you'd want to meet him. Really, I always thought it was a shame someone as impressive as you isn't dating, she added. There are even a few folks in the office who have got their eye on you. She's got a big network and loves sharing all kinds of stories. She's living with her boyfriend, someone she met at a party, and seems over the moon. She's been pretty worried about my lack of a love life. I'd even talked to her about marriage, which led to this setup. A few days later, I agreed to meet a guy named Yosef. We planned to meet at a coffee shop. As I waited, feeling a bit on edge, a guy walked up. "Tiffany? Yeah. Nice to meet you. You're Yosef, right?" "Yeah. Thanks for coming out today." Yosef's face was blank as he gave me a once-over. It felt like he was judging me, which threw me off. He sat down across from me and jumped right into talking. "So what do you do for work, Tiffany?" "Oh, I'm in sales at a company. I've always liked connecting with people and sharing ideas, so I went into sales. It's rewarding, especially when clients are thrilled with their purchases." "What's your company called?" I told him the name. When he heard it, Yosef paused, then gave a smug little smile. It wasn't a warm one, more like he was pleased with himself.
I can't tell you the full story in this short video. If you want to see the full story, the link is given below. Click on it to watch the full story.